Hi, if you like investing in rebase tokens, such as Olympus DAO or Time Wonderland or Klima DAO, then this is the video for you, because there are now so many different OHM forks out there. It's pretty hard to find some kind of an overview, right? So Olympus DAO currently has an APY of 5,000%, Wonderland of 65,000%, Klima DAO of 27,000%. So there's all these numbers. And we don't just have the return numbers, right? We also have the total value locked. We've got the backing of each token by whatever's in the treasury. So a lot of OHM forks, a lot of statistics. And so we're going to look at a website that brings all of those different OHM forks in a nice and digestible overview. And that's FOMO.io. So look at this. Here we've got Olympus DAO version 1 and version 2. And we got all these nice numbers, right? The token price, we also got the link to the website. We've also got a link to the charts. And here we've got Olympus, we've got Wonderland, we've got Klima, but that's not everything. When you click over here, this is where the real magic happens. Look at this. These are all Olympus DAO forks colored by their respective blockchain. So in red, we've got the Avalanche Olympus DAO forks. So we can just deselect those and we can just look at different AVAX based projects. And I find this really, really useful. Now, this website doesn't have any kind of filter, right? So this is simply all forks that the creator could find. And it's very, very likely that there are quite a few rug pulls over here. So take this with a grain of salt, right? Here, for example, Spicy DAO, it has already rugged. Let's look at Pepe DAO. I think this was the first rug pull of the year, already updated over here. So this is obviously not a website to take financial advice from, right? This is simply a tool in your repertoire that you can use to find the newest OHM forks and also to compare the projects to one another, right? So let's just look at what we all get here. We get the price, the time to the next rebase, the current index, the annual percentage yield, the return on investment for each rebase or for the 5-day period. The 5-day period is important because when you do minting on those Olympus DAO forks, then you lock up your money for 5 days. So you might need to compare the minting return with the staking return, and you simply compare the staking return over here. Here we've got the rebases per day, which is very interesting actually. When we look at the Phantom-based Olympus DAO forks, what we can see here is that the rebases per day are not always exactly 3, right? On the website, it says that the rebase happens every 8 hours, so 3 rebases per day. But in practicality, we actually have 3.33 rebases per day for most of the Phantom forks. And that's because for Phantom, the rebase is connected to a particular block number, not to a Unix timestamp. So for Avalanche, this is defined by the timestamp. For Phantom, this is defined by the block number. And the time to create a block, it fluctuates somewhat in Phantom, and currently that's not 1 second, which most of those websites assume. It's actually around 0.9 seconds. So that's why we see more rebases per day for Phantom, and that's why the APY that you might see on the website is actually not accurate. Next, we've got the total value locked, which is a good indicator for how large the OHM fork is, right? The smaller it is, the more risky it might be. Here we've got the estimated market cap. Pretty much serves the same purpose. And here, this is also very important. The liquidity of the pool on the exchange. Why is this number important? Because this impacts how much you will move the price when you invest into one of those. If you've got a low LP number and you put in, say, $1,000 US, you might already move the price by quite a bit. So this is definitely important. The treasury is simply a measure of how healthy minting is. So when the treasury is high, it does mean that a lot of people have minted in the past and that the liquidity pool might also grow quicker in the future, right? If the treasury is very low, you've got little backing of each token by the treasury, and you also simply might not have very attractive minting rates. So yeah, we can go through the rest as well, but you get the idea. This is a very, very useful website, especially if you want to put your money into several of those OHM forks and if you want to compare them, or simply to stay up to date, right? To look at new OHM forks and maybe be one of the people that buy into this very early, because that's probably one of the recipes for success. You want to be early on those projects, But still make sure you don't get rug pulled, right? Still buy something that's solid, but try to be early, because the earlier you are, the more potential for growth there is. If a project is already very large, it has a way harder time to grow in percentage terms. But when it's very small, you might actually be able to make a multiple X on the investment. But of course, that kind of a return does imply a lot of risk as well. So do your own research. Don't just throw your money on any of those. And if you're into Olympus DAO forks, I think this website is pretty much a must-have in your bookmarks, FOMO.io. If you enjoyed this video, please give this a like. It will help the channel grow. You might also consider subscribing, because I publish videos regularly. There's also a premium membership where we've got daily market updates on altcoins, on the overall crypto market. There's also a private Telegram channel where you can ask me any questions. And we've also got a public Telegram channel. That one has around 1,500 people. You can find us simply by searching for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the Telegram app. See you next time. Bye-bye.